like a hole, black as your soul. I'd rather die than give you control. Head like a hole, black as your soul. I'd rather die. This is the Coats Exist podcast. I'm in a laundromat right now. I'm in the parking lot, actually. I'm not in the laundromat. I'm in the parking lot because I don't want to leave my clothes. I have friends who say they leave their clothes and it's fine, and then I have friends who say they leave their clothes and only a couple times it's been stolen, and I'm just like, I don't want any of that, so I'm going to stay here. Not that my clothes are that amazing at all. T-shirts from Walmart, but I'm going to stay here, and like I do every time, and I'm going to watch my clothes from the parking lot, because that's what I do. I almost got in a fight with some guy at the laundromat the other day, because he had, I went in there, and he was like, sitting across 3 seats like he was some badass. His stomach was hanging out. He was listening to music on his phone. Like, he just didn't give a fuck. And I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, I'm not going to judge this guy. I was just like, whatever. He's just enjoying himself. Who cares? So then I left to go get coffee, and then I came back. I just said I don't leave, but the coffee place is literally next door. So I went to go get a coffee, and then I came back, and there was 2 giant plastic garbage bags in my basket. And I was like, what the hell is this? This is disgusting. It was like old, dirty garbage bags. So I took them out and I threw them on the floor. And the guy comes over. He's like, what the hell, man? That's mine. And I was like, well, they're in my basket. And he's like, what the hell, man? Those are mine. And I was like, okay, you just said, like, what do you want? He's like, what the hell? They're mine. Why'd you throw them? I'm like, they're in my basket. So then we got in an argument. I'm like, what are we going to do? What is happening right now? Like, what's the end result of like, where is this going? Because let's just get it over with. And he's like, he walks over and he picks up the plastic bags and just walks back to his seat. And I felt like I felt like, I don't know who this guy was. Then for the rest of the time he's there, he's texting on his phone, and I'm like, he's calling his friends, and they're going to kick my ass, and they're going to shoot me, and they're going to cut off my head, they're going to kidnap me, take me out to the woods, make me dig my own grave, and then they're going to shoot me, and I'm going to fall into there, and they're going to send my head to my parents, and that's going to be my life. So I just fucked up. I could have just talked to him nicer, but I didn't. But when it comes down to it, like, he was a dick. He shouldn't have put his dirty... Whatever. So the point is, sometimes you get in fights. Oh, I got into another fight. At a different laundromat. This place, I stopped going to because the guy, he's like, hey, you're a regular here, so I'm going to let you know this. It was a 24-hour laundromat. He's like, I'm going to let you know that homeless people are coming in at nights, and since I started locking the bathroom door, they're pissing in the washing machines. So I got a little tip for you. Before you put your clothes in the washing machine, rub your hand around in there. See if it's wet, and if it's wet, smell your hand, see if it smells like piss. And if it does, don't put your clothes in there. And I was like, what the hell are you talking? So now I'm going to have a piss-covered hand and no bathroom to clean it off in. And, like, I don't want to take that chance anyways. I'm not going to smell... Are you out of your mind? And he's like, well... And you could tell he, like, hit all the life drained from his face, and he wished he didn't tell me that. And I was like, I'm sorry. I can't come back here anymore. So anyways, at that laundromat, one time I go in there, and every single washing machine is taken. And there's only one couple in there. Every single washing machine is just... And I was like, oh, fuck. And I had, like, one tiny, tiny load of clothes. So then I saw one was counting down. It had like 3 minutes left. So I stood by it, and I was like, I'll just use this one afterwards. And the lady came over to me, and she's like, no. These are all my clothes, and I have more clothes to put in there afterwards. And I was like, well, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I was being a dick, I guess, but I didn't care. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, you're just going to have to wait because I'm going to use it next. And she's like, what did you just say to me? And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm going to use it next. I was like, you can't have all these washing machines. Like, And she's like, well, I was here first. And I was thinking, like, even though you're probably right, I don't care. I'm not gonna wait. You have all these washing machines. Figure it out. Like, put extra clothes in another one. So she's like, well, I'm gonna take it. And I was like, no, you're not. I was like acting all cool, like I was like the man. And she's like, well, I'm gonna take it. And I was like, no, you're not. And she's like, well, yeah, I am. And then it counts down, and I was like, and like I go to open it, and as soon as I did it, she pushes me out of the way and starts ripping her clothes out and then throwing her other clothes back in. And I was like, you bitch. And her husband came over to me, and he's like, what the fuck you call her? I was like, I called her a bitch. And then we got into it. Big fight. And I was definitely in the wrong, I guess. Not really. Like, fuck her. If you were there, if there was an audience there, they would have been on my side 100%, just because of her attitude. She was a piece of shit. And I'm sorry for calling her a piece of shit, but you know what I mean. Like, she was just, like, fuck her. Screw her! But, I don't know. I thought it was funny. Like, it was funny afterwards, but, like, while it was happening, I was so pissed off. I had to just sit there and stare at her, like, for the rest. I was just, like, my face was just beet red, and I was just so angry, and I was just staring at her. I was like, you took my washing machine. But, yeah, I was, like, in the end, it was worth it for the story, I guess, even though that story wasn't that good. But yeah, you don't know who people are. Like, you don't know. What if her boyfriend was a jiu-jitsu master, and he just fucking... What if he had a machine gun? What if he, like, slipped my tires? I don't know who people are, and I still, like, get into confrontations with them because I'm an idiot. But anyways, yeah, so hopefully I don't get into any confrontations at this place. But, let me see what we got here. But I was thinking about comedy and funny, like why things are funny. And I don't know how to answer that. Like, if you take a joke and you break, it would be better if I had an example, but, and like, you break that joke down, like, why is it funny? Like, let's say if it's like a one-liner or a two-liner or whatever. It's just, if you start breaking it down, it starts becoming unfunny, because it's just like, oh, you realize it's just the way the person said it. It's the you know, the amount of syllables, it could be the amount of syllables, the cadence, the words, the order of the words, what they tell you first and then what they tell you last. And it's just like, when you break it down, it's not really that funny. You just break it down like science, and you're just like, oh, okay, that's not really that funny. And then it makes you wonder if anything is funny. Like, what, like somebody tripping and falling. Like, if somebody trips and falls in front of you and they're like, whoa, and their arms flail around and they like fall, they like spin around, fall backwards, and their legs go up in the air when they hit the ground. Like, that's probably funny as long as they don't get hurt. But why? Why is it funny? If you try to break it down, like, somebody just fell. Why are farts funny? Farts are disgusting. That's the one thing I don't get, is like, I think I've said previously that farts are funny, but farts are disgusting. Like, fart noises are funny, like fake farts, but real farts that smell, go fuck yourself. Why are they funny? Why do people, when somebody's like, oh, the inside of my asshole's sprayed all over the room, isn't that hilarious? No, it's not. It's disgusting. But that's just a personal opinion. But why is anything funny? Why, if somebody goes to drink a drink and it splashes all over their face? I'm imagining it in my head right now, and I'm laughing. But why is that funny? It's weird. I don't know. It's just weird. I guess relatability. But like, why? Even when you break it down like that, why relatability is funny? It's just, it becomes not funny. So I don't. The point is nothing is funny, and life sucks. I'm joking, but I don't know. It's just weird. So I'm going to go get my clothes now, I guess. I hope I don't get into a fight.